Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is September 27th, 2015, and I hope somebody called the cops because what I just saw right now, I'm pretty sure was a felony. Um, 7-47 is a final score with the San Francisco 49ers falling to the Arizona Cardinals by a 40-point differential. This game was tough to watch. It started off super rough. Colin Kaepernick to pick sixes to start off the game. So good start for the Arizona Cardinals, and then it just spiraled out of control from there. There was nothing. All week long we heard, that's not how you lose the games previous. That's done. It's how you respond. Well, they responded by giving up even more points against the Arizona Cardinals and just not even showing up for the game. And this time you can't even blame it on a cross-country flight because it was in the West Coast pretty much. It's Arizona. It's when you talk about states, that's right next door, same time zone for the most part, and just they didn't respond. Carlos Hyde had a couple good runs. Sorry, Carlos Hyde had a couple good runs, and he did what he tried his best. Like he literally tried his best. The only touchdown that was actually in the game was fed off of Jared Haynes's. I think it was like 40-something yard or 40-yard punt return and to end the second half or close to the end of the first half. Sorry, not the second half. Close to the end of the first half. They scored 7 points, and that was pretty much it. Kaepernick had 4 interceptions, 3 of which were pick sixes. But the Cardinals were able to score on all of them. The defense, lackluster. I don't know how they fall so far from game one. Yeah, I know game one is game one, but the energy just has not been there on defense, on offense. There's been nothing going on so far. Kaepernick started pretty much his entire game just not even going through his progressions. He pretty much reverted to why he's been suffering in the league for the last 2 years. We're pretty much staring down his receivers. If a receiver is a primary, the defense knows it. Even if they don't know it pre-snap, after the snap, they know it because his eyes stayed on the receivers. Part of this bit him in the ass last week. It bit him in the ass this week. Now, I'm going to hold off on being super angry because this is literally his first bad game this season. But there's a reversion going on. There's not even a reversion, a reverting back to what made him struggle. So the response was no response from the Niners. They're 1-2. After game one, I was saying Super Bowl. After game two, I kind of held it. Now they're going to be downgraded to doubtful for the playoffs. In my opinion, they're just not bringing any type of energy. They're not getting any type of pressure on the quarterback. Next week, I believe they play the Green Bay Packers. And if Roethlisberger and Carson Palmer have all day, if they don't put any pressure on Green Bay is going to score 60 on them. They won't need a defense. Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers will throw for 7 touchdowns and they'll just score 60 on them. And that's something they need to address. It's not even so much the cornerbacks. The cornerbacks are kind of like Kaepernick. They're one position where they're good at. They can block the routes. Once the play prolongs the initial route from the offense, the defense just doesn't know what to do. And then there you go. When the quarterback has 6 seconds, it's a 3-second route, and he has 3 seconds to improvise. People get open, and that's what's been him in the butt for the first 3 games. That's what's been him on the butt for almost the last 4 seasons, is that our cornerbacks rely on that front 7 pressure to make sure that the routes are the routes, that a play lasts 3 to 4 seconds instead of lasting 5 to 7 seconds. Because once that breaks down, so do the DBs, and they score, and they get big plays, whether it's, little 12-yard games, which is enough for a first down, or big plays, 15 plus. That's what has been going on pretty much for the last 4 or 5 years. Our front 3, not putting any pressure, even with linebacker help, still very little pressure. We only saw pressure in the second half once I'm going to say the Cardinals turned it off. Same thing happened in the Pittsburgh game. And then the offense, just outside of Carlos Hyde, grinding, trying to make something happen. Nothing happened. So, yeah, 1-2. If they keep this up the way that they're going, no energy, no seems like no will to even play for the coach, not even a will to play for themselves. That's what I'm seeing, which is a big difference from game one. I don't know if it's being away that they just can't play, because if they're at home, I mean, who knows? If they're at home and they win all games at home, then they're going to finish 8-8. With the Cardinals playing it the way that they're playing, the Seahawks getting Cam Chancellor back after his holdout, and then the Rams being straight just high energy all the time. I don't think 8-8 is going to win this division from what I saw today from the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are an easy 10-win game, or a 10 wins team this season, and that's being very, very modest. I easily can see them finish 12-4, 13-3, and just win the West and have one of two spots on top of the West. With what I saw today, their secondary is quick. They flock. Their front four able to get pressure on quarterbacks, and they can easily win 10, and they can easily win 12 or 13. They're going to be tough to beat. The Rams can easily be a 8-10 victory team as well this season. The Seahawks can easily put 10 wins up there as well. So 8-8 is not going to cut it this year in the Western Division. They need to step it up. They need to step it up now. You guys want to talk about response? Respond correctly. Don't give up more points in your next game than you have in the last two games. But yeah, I'm sad. I was bummed out. It's really me just being, oh my god, I can't believe I saw this brutal beating. But yeah, that was it for right now. So I'll see you guys next week. Hopefully things improve. But until then, you know what? Always go Niners. It's going to be a long season. Bye.